How's it hanging, people? It's your boy MillzySawUs, your number one fella for lazy gaming and simulated FIFA, and welcome back to another episode of this epic series, my FIFA 16 PSG Career Mode Season 7 episode, December. So guys, basically what I'm going to go through as per usual is everything that occurred in December in my career mode. So I want you to sit back, relax, get your feet up, grab some popcorn, get yourself a drink, and enjoy the show because this may be a lengthy episode. I'm going to talk about in depth everything that's going on and my future plans for the January transfer window, so I do hope you enjoy. So without further ado guys, let's get crack-a-lacking. Now I went through the news before I started recording, nothing of note, so there's no point in me going through that. I am going to show you the top scorers and I'm going to show you the fixtures for the January card for the next episode. And we are going to go through the tables. You get a sneak preview before I continue. We're going to talk about the team. We're definitely going to talk about the team. We're going to get through the squad report. We're going to go through the squad rankings, talk about injuries, kit numbers, the finances. I'm going to show you who I plan to sell, who I plan to loan out, and who I plan to buy and bring in the club for Season 8. It's going to be very exciting. I also want to talk about the transfer negotiations, and we never really got to thoroughly discuss that, you know, when the summer transfer window closed. So I want to use this opportunity now to show you exactly what went down and my thoughts around all of the negotiations. I'm going to show you my shortlist, but not too much in depth. Just mainly the key players who I'm targeting specifically. And I'm going to show you my youth academy of the players so far. And also the one job that is offered to me right now, which is quite interesting really, but nothing too special. And finally we're going to go through team stats as well as the player stats. You know, don't even sweat it. I'm going to show you everything. So I do hope you guys are with me on this, and I know I am. So I think we should get started. Now the first place I want to take you to is my email inbox. Now, these were the highlights throughout the month. So, as you guys can see, we qualified through the group stage of the Champions Cup, receiving $12,960,001. So, we knew we were going to get through that group stage. It wasn't the strongest group, no disrespect to those lower rated clubs. But it was a little bit of a breeze, and I must admit, we could have some Champions gold for this season, or silver, whatever. Unfortunately, Nicolas Soule suffered a bruised rib, but it wasn't serious. He was only out for 3 days, but that did panic me, I must admit. Then we also competed in the Coupe de Ligue, which, spoiler alert, we won that round of 16 game and received $286,200. Wow. Brilliant. Now, I wanted to show you guys this. During one of our games during December, Mats Hummels received 2 yellow cards in one game. And I wanted to point out, simply because it's not like Mats Hummels, our captain of the entire team, to receive that kind of discipline of a one-match ban. You know, as a captain, you're expected to be a positive role model for the rest of your team. And he let me down, but we still won that game though. Just goes to show how much of an awesome team we are. And then we got word that Julien Begu has returned from his injury and can rejoin the first team squad's training sessions. So the big question is, do I play him? Do I not? Now, I'm going to spoil it for you guys right here, right now. I don't see Julien playing for PSG for the rest of this season based on the decision I'm about to express to you guys. So those are the highlights that I wanted to bring of note. Now, let's take you over tables. So, in the Liga, we are on the top, of course, after 19 games. We have 11 wins, 6 draws, and 2 losses. 34 goals scored, 10 goals conceded. That gives a goal difference of 24. So, 39 points at the top of the leaderboard. Toulouse are behind us with 34 points. Marseille are in third with 33 points. Olympique Lyonnais with 31 points, sharing the same amount of points of SM Caen, who one of our players, Raheem Sterling, has been loaned to at the moment. So I do wonder how well he's doing. Speaking of which, we will be checking out the squad report, guys, so fear not. It will be the first time I check the squad report this season, and the last time I'll check will be at the end of the season, just to see how our players are growing without the training feature. Now, in the relegation zone, ES Troyes AC and Nimes or Nimes Olympique need to work harder to get out of that zone if they are to stay in Liga 1. So, you guys know we won the Trophy Champ. We haven't started the Coupe Nationale yet. And these are the contestants for the quarterfinals of the Coupe de Ligue. So our next game will be up against Stade Rennais. So we'll be looking forward to that. Now, I do have a personal target of winning the treble. I'm not going to go as far as saying winning the quadruple of the Coupe de Ligue, Coupe Nationale, the Liga and the Champions Cup. So let's leave it as a personal target of the treble, since I don't think we've won that yet. You know about the Champions Trophy, you know about the Copa Europe. Now, the Champions Cup. Here are your squads for the round of 16, you know, in this year's Champions Cup. So our next game will be against Liverpool. So I'm quite confident that we're going to get through to the quarterfinals, but we could potentially be facing our former European rivals, FC Bayern, or perhaps Chelsea. We don't know. I think that could be Spartak Moscow. It looks like they got through instead of Borussia Dortmund. So a very huge twist in that story, and they'll be facing off, unfortunately, against Barcelona. But I'm not too sure whether Barcelona are as strong as they used to be. But they still have Lionel Messi, but no Luis Suarez or Neymar, so it'll be interesting to see who wins. Roma will take on Atletico Madrid. Milan will go against Manchester City. Napoli will take on Athletic Bilbao, which I understand Januzaj is playing for on a loan spell there, so best of luck to him. Real Madrid will be taking on Olympique Lyonnais, one of our Liga rivals. And my favourite club in the world, Manchester United, will be going up against Bayer Leverkusen. So good luck to all those teams. Now we're just about to move on to the Euro League. I'm not going to go through the Euro League. There's just no point since we're not competing in that tournament. And that is it for the tables, guys. What we're going to have a look at right now then is I want to take this opportunity to look at the player stats. So our top scorers in the Liga at the moment is Lyonnais' Benzia. Delort for SM Caen is in second place with N. Kudu, or Kaudu. I can never pronounce it. He's still playing for Marseille. You know, so not doing really well, those top three scorers. Now, for PSG, we have Griezmann in 9th place with only 6 goals, which is most unfortunate. I would have liked to have got one of those top 3 spots, but never mind. It's just a game. Assists, we've got Lee Jong-ho for ES Troyes. 6 assists for one of the teams that are in the relegation zone. I can see Fabregas in 7th place, Costa in 10th, Pogba in 11th. Now, there's Raheem Sterling for SM Caen. I wonder if he's got top goal scorer. Nope, no top goal scorer. It was just Delort. As for clean sheets, let's have a look. So Toulouse's, please forgive me, Goykoche. Let's call him Goykoichi. I cannot pronounce that, but he has the most clean sheets at the moment. Nice with Lossell, or is it Lossi? Mate, these names, honestly. Second place with 6 clean sheets, but we do share the same amount of clean sheets with our second team goalkeeper, Juan Carlos. So even though I'm not too sure how many games Juan Carlos has played with Neuer, but it is interesting to know that Carlos is doing a much better job than Neuer. So we might need to put our heads together on that one. Have a little think about that one. I'm pretty sure you're not interested in yellow cards and red cards. So we are going to move on to the next tournament. So it's not the Liga 1, it's not the Trophy Champ, not the Coupe Nationale, not the Coupe de Ligue. The Coupe de Ligue we're not in enough of yet to just evaluate who's the top scorers. We're probably going to wait until the end of each tournament. But I do want to find out who are the top scorers for Champions Cup at the moment. FC Porto's Brahimi in first place, but same amount of goals for SL Benfica's Jimenez. And Wayne Rooney in third place for Manchester United. We've got Lacazette, 5th place for PSG. Well done, lad. Now for assists, I'm pleased to say we've got 2nd place for Toni Kroos with 4 assists. But Nathan from Chelsea has got the most assists with 8 of them. And Coutinho, a former Cam player who we sold to Manchester United, is in 3rd place. I completely forgot about him, and it's nice to see his name once again. And then clean sheets, we've got Real Madrid's Benaglio, that glitched goalkeeper who we struggled to get rid of, who was like, 88 overall when he wasn't supposed to be. But we managed to, in the end, place him in a deal for one of Real Madrid's players. I really can't remember who, but I was so pleased to get rid of him. But Neuer shares the same amount of clean sheets as Benaglio in 2nd place. And Rufia for Barcelona in 3rd place. And that is it. That is for all the tournaments that I'm interested in for player stats. I think it is now time to come out of the player stats and have a look at the team stats. So for the Liga 1, if we have a look at PSG, the player with the most goals is Griezmann. He scored the most goals so far in the league. Cristiano Ronaldo and James Rodriguez are behind him with 4. Who's got the most assists? Costa, Fabregas and Pogba. Well done, lads. And the most clean sheets is Fabregas. Now, got our yellow cards and our couple of red cards. But the best rated, on average, player in my team is Max Cruz, which is so shocking. And more on that a little bit later. But let's have a look at the Champions Cup team stats. Now, who has scored the most goals? Of course, Lacazette with 5, Suarez with 3, and Ronaldo trying to catch up at 36 with only 2 goals. For the most assists, we've got Toni Kroos with 4. I'm actually quite pleased about that. And clean sheets are shared between Lacazette, Hummels, Neuer and Bale. Yellow cards, red cards, and the best rated on average is Toni Kroos with 79. Well done, PSG. So we've covered a lot of ground so far in 15 minutes. We've done the tables, we've done the highlights, we've done the team stats and the player stats. Now I'm going to show you the card for the next episode in January. Now, I'm at a little bit of a dilemma here. I'm trying to decide whether I will play the January episode off camera or live broadcasting. Now, some of you love getting involved with the transfer deals, and I'm really happy that you like to get involved. But they do end up being very long episodes, but I have so much fun with it. And I also enjoy your input, and I also enjoy your comments. I just enjoy your company, to be honest. But this is the card for January's episode. We have got 4 Liga games and 1 Coupe de Ligue game. So we still have yet to play in the Coupe Nationale. So we've got our first game against Toulouse, second game against Stade Rennais of the Coupe de Ligue, then we go back to La Liga against Nimes Olympique. Fourth game is against Marseille and against one of our Liga rivals, Olympique Lyonnais, as the last match of the January episode. But yes, the winter transfer window is very, very close. And I think it's about time we start talking about my plans for the window. But I want to tease you just a little bit more and just show you my youth academy. At the moment, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 players. Now, I've been doing a lot of thinking about the youth academy, and fear not, I am not going to abolish the youth academy system. I had an idea, and I would love your input and your opinions on what you think of it. Now, what I want to do is create a sort of system where I bring in young players, train them up, and sell them to make a profit. I want that kind of system going. I don't want to see them play any games for PSG. They're probably going to complain a lot, but you know, I bring them in. If they got a very high potential, I train them up, I send them out on loan spells, and then when they're high in demand from other clubs, sell them to the highest bidder. And I quite like that idea. I love making money. I love the whole transfer process of this game. It's my favourite part of FIFA. I absolutely love career mode, and I've never thought of that idea before, you know, and that's normally how the process works. So bring in some young talent and try and make some big bucks off of them. Now, this Afonso Mendes looks incredible. 17 years old. He is short, but he's a left footer, and his strengths look amazing. I mean, he's going to be a very accelerated player. His overall is 61 at the moment. He's a winger, but look at that potential. Just feast your eyes upon that potential. 86 to 94 potential. He's a beast. He looks incredible, and he's going to be very, very fast. We've got Gil Conceição, or Conceição. I really don't know how Portuguese names are pronounced. Nothing special. Ivan Contreras looks decent. I'm not going to lie, he does look decent. Not as good as Afonso, but someone who I would give a chance. Now, this Gil guy is probably not going to make it, to be honest. James Roberts looks very good as well. You know, not as good as Afonso. Javier Marquez, not too bad. George Gavillan. You guys will probably just have a laugh at just watching me pronounce names. Ricardo Sanchez, very powerful name, the Argentinian. Not a good starting overall, I must admit, so this guy might not make it. And then there's Sancho Carvalhal. I know there's William Carvalho. I think that's how you pronounce it, because some J's are not pronounced in certain countries. You know, it's sort of a J, it's a H, like James Rodriguez. You know, so it could be Sancho Carvalhal, or something like that. I don't know. Let's just move on. But that is the youth academy, guys. Now I'm going to show you the job offered to me. I'm probably going to get more offers in January, but Germany's FC Schalke 04 want me to qualify for the Champions Cup. I have a wage of 38,000, and I'll have a starting transfer budget of $115,500,000, as well as a wage budget of $2,882,000. So, very interesting offer, I must say. We have the Car Trucker Xbox joining us. Says, hey, can you do Accrington career? What if Will Grigg was Barca, Manchester United's first choice striker? Ah. Okay, I'll probably will do that. I've got a Manchester United career mode going on at the moment, but I don't see why not. I don't see one. I think that's a really good idea, Car Chuckle, and I will definitely think about that. I hope you're doing okay, by the way. How are you? Alright, coming back. Now, look at my finances, guys. On a 50-50 budget split, it's absolutely immense. I've got so much wage budget, and I am ready for this January transfer window. I'm going to be signing a shit ton of pre-contracts, guys. It's going to be immense, and I'm not just talking about your average player. I'm talking about world-class players coming to PSG for Season 8. It's going to be immense. And I don't only plan to sign pre-contracts. I do have some transfer budget in which I may spend and splash out on some players that I've got in mind. A couple of players that come to mind who are not on who do not have expiring contracts, who I'm quite desperate to sign. Those world-class players that are one of the world's best. I see a name or two that I want to bring forward to the club. So nice little reminder of our finances there. Now, squad report, I think, should come before I tell you my plans for the winter transfer window. Let's talk about injury list. Bagoo, yet back in training now from his torn hamstring, only 11 days remaining. So there's just so much to talk about, you guys, and I have to remind myself. Now, these are the players' kits in case you're interested. I based them around their real-life numbers. I don't understand jersey kit numbers. I really don't, and I've hardly ever take these seriously. But in case you were wondering. Now, that's done. I think we should get through the squad ranking. So James Rodriguez is on top at the moment with 7.5 average form. Ronaldo behind him with 7.4, and Gareth Bale in third place for 7.4 as well. Now Lacazette has 7.6, but he's not on the top. But looking at the calendar, previous match results, 4-1 against EA Guingamp, spoiler alert, Lacazette got an average rating of 8.4, so they based them around the ratings that occur in each match. So, you know, a very good team. I'm very happy with them. Very, very good team. Now, topic of Bagoo. Let me get to that very, very quickly. Or shortly, sorry. Squad report. Now, I'll talk about Bagoo first before I go through the squad report. Now, we have Julian Bagoo officially in our team. We've had him in our team for a good long while. We signed Julian Bagoo last season in January, just to remind everybody. And Carchucker wanted me to buy him and said he would be the best striker compared to all of my other strikers. And hi, Danny. How's it going, buddy? Now, we signed him, and come Season 7, he was nowhere to be seen. Now, I could see him on my sell players section, but I couldn't see him in my actual squad or my squad report. And I was like, all right, this has got to be a glitch. So I terminated Julian's contract, so he became a free agent. And then a couple of months down the line, I just bought him off the free agency. So he's now officially mine. So technically I still got him for free. I'm just paying his wages. That is the story of Julian Bagoo. So he officially became a member at PSG. Now he has played, as you can see, 4 games this season. 2 in the Liga, 1 in the Coupe de Ligue and 1 in the Champions Cup. Scoring only 1 goal with 1 clean sheet. On average, he's 6.30 in form with no cards. He's happy and he's okay form, and he's still got some very decent value. So he'll be fully recovered in 11 days from his torn hamstring. And as you can see, no growth. But he is loan listed. Now we will talk about that in a little while. Please be patient. I'm doing really good, Danny. Thank you for asking, buddy. I am doing really good. How are you doing? Now, let us go through the squad report. So, Juan Carlos, second team goalkeeper, +1, making him 91 overall. 33 years old, one of the world's best goalkeepers. Good form, very happy. I'm very happy with him. I think he's a phenomenal goalkeeper. 14 games, 7 clean sheets. Now, I wanted to compare Juan Carlos to Manuel Neuer because something concerned me. Now, what concerned me was Juan Carlos had more clean sheets than Neuer in a certain competition. I can't remember which one. But I think it was the Liga. Yes, the Liga. But if I compare them both, Manuel Neuer, he's had 19 games. Juan Carlos only had 14. It's kind of unfair. You know, 14 clean sheets. Can't go wrong there. Manuel Neuer is still one of the world's best. He is 35, and my policy clearly states we've got to let go players who are 35 and over. But unless they are 90 plus in overall. Now, Manuel Neuer is still 92 -1, so he is dropping. But he's got good form. He's very happy. He's still valuable. You know, 19 games, 14 clean sheets. We can't ignore that. And the only reason why he's dropping in overall is because of his mental stats. How are you doing, Sheldon? Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate that. Now, Kurt Zouma, good form, very happy. 83 overall, 27 years old. He's growing in attributes, but not nearly enough as I would like him to be. But as he is a second-team defender, I'm not too fussed. I don't want Zouma to go anywhere. I have no plans to get rid of him unless a club makes me a very nice offer. 3 goals, though. I think we need to take note of that. 3 goals for Kurt Zouma. Chris Smalling, now. 84 overall, 32 years old. Good form, very happy. Of course he would be. I'm paying him enough. As you've already noticed, he's transfer listed. Now, let's just take note that his physical and technical attributes are rising. You know, short pass, marking, jumping strength, balanced stamina. But his mental attributes are going down. He's played 18 games, only 1 assist with 10 clean sheets. 2 yellow cards, on average 6.9. I love Chris Smalling in real life. I think he's phenomenal. You know, but this is FIFA. And my concerns lie in my second team defence with Chris Smalling. 32 years old, 84 overall. A team like PSG, you've got to have that. I mean, it's important for you to have that 85 overall and above. Now, I know people like Kurt Zouma are not there, but he's 27. I mean, let's cut Kurt Zouma some slack. But Smalling is 32. So I decided to transfer list him for this winter transfer window. I am very sorry. Shkodran Mustafi. 87 overall +1. He's done really well. 29 years old. Recently arrived from Valencia. We'll talk about that later. Good value, good form. Very happy. 16 games with 7 clean sheets and 2 yellow cards. Now, the yellow cards is not really something to be acknowledged. He needs a little bit of more discipline. But he has been growing in the technical spectrum. I'm very proud to have signed Mustafi. It was a good signing for my second team. Danny, I hate to disappoint you, buddy, but I'm not going to be playing a match for this episode. I do apologise, my friend. Mats Hummels, captain of the entire squad. He's been suspended for the domestic competition for getting 2 yellow cards in 1 match. 89 overall, 33 years old. Yes, he's getting old, but he's a leader of men. And I think he's a phenomenal replacement to Thiago Silva as the captain of this team. And I'm proud of him. 19 games, 1 assist, 14 clean sheets. A phenomenal player. Only dropping in mental attributes. Now, I'm so glad to have brought this First team defender back at the club. He was my first ever signing at the beginning of this journey. 89 overall, 26 years old. Very high value, good form, happy. We done a straight swap, as you guys can see, for Neymar. I just had to get rid of Neymar because of his high wages, and he just couldn't fit into the squad. 15 games, 7 clean sheets. Very happy with Sule. David Alaba, very decent player. Very happy with him to be in my first team still. 29 years old, 88 overall. Good form, happy morale. 18 games, 3 goals and 1 assist with 11 clean sheets. Growing in technical attributes, he's going nowhere. I'm very happy with him. Douglas Costa, my second team right midfielder, has that special something. Now that's interesting. He's very happy, but he's got okay form, so he's not been playing his best. He's 86 overall, 31 years old. I don't really have any plans for this guy. What I do know is I don't want to get rid of him because he makes a very good squad rotation player. A good bench player because he can play on the right, play on the left, and he can play at the can. So I'm very happy with him as 16 games, 3 assists, 3 clean sheets. Gareth Bale, what is there to say about one of the greatest right midfielders in my career mode? 93 overall, 32 years old, good form, happy, 17 games, 3 goals, 1 assist, 12 clean sheets. A phenomenal player. He's going nowhere. Now, another important topic, Cesc Fabregas, 88 overall, 34 years old, still valuable. Good form and happy. Now, he had a period where I never played him for a good long while because I got the likes of Toni Kroos. And I didn't want to push out Halilovic or Rakitic from my second team. But I gave Fabregas a return spell for some game time. He's played well. 12 games, no goals, but 3 assists and 9 clean sheets. Now, he's dropping mentally, but gaining physically and technically. Now, I transfer listed him simply because of his age. I find Fabregas a weak link in my squad. There's no room for him. I mean, he's almost at 35 and we're going to have to sell him soon anyway, so we might as well sell him now. There's really not much to talk about. Alen Halilovic, quality second team player. He's very happy, 25 years old, 83 overall. Good form, has that special something, 14 games with 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 clean sheets. No growth though, unfortunately. I don't have any initial plans to get rid of him anytime soon. Ivan Rakitic, now I was really close in getting rid of him last summer. He was the previous weak link before Fabregas. 87 overall, 33 years old, been at the club since 2019. Good form, very happy. 15 games, 3 goals, 8 clean sheets. No growth though, but he makes a very good second team midfielder and he's probably going to go sooner or later. But he does most of the free kicks in the second team. He is a good player and I don't really want to get rid of him right now. Toni Kroos, phenomenal signing, $100 million that I spent for this guy. He's 90 plus 1, 31 years old. Excellent form, happy morale. He's been playing beautifully. 13 games, 1 goal, 7 assists, 7 clean sheets. A superstar and growing very, very well. Paul Pogba, what more is there to say? One of the world's best centre midfielders. 28 years old still, 92 overall, good form, happy morale. So not as good as Toni Kroos at the moment, but 19 games, 1 goal, 4 assists, 11 clean sheets. This is my concern. He's dropping physically. I don't know why, I don't know how. But that is an area of concern that we need to start thinking about. But I don't want to get rid of Pogba. No siree. Raheem Sterling got loaned out to SM Kine, 87 plus 1. So I'm glad to see he's gaining growth in another club. 27 years old, okay form, content morale. He's obviously not happy, but he's obviously getting game times. You can see right there, 12 games in the Liga. That's all he's been playing for. He's only had 1 goal with 3 assists and 1 clean sheet, 6.7 on average rating. Carl Chocolate, that is bloody hilarious. That was freaking hilarious. What Carl Chocolate was saying right there is loan Pogba out to Watford again. There was a time, I can't remember which season, that we did loan Pogba out, and Watford, of all teams, afforded his wages and had him in their club. I really wish that I could go back and see how Watford did that season. That was bloody hilarious, and that's what makes this game so funny. You can put on loan these top players, and then there's little clubs like Watford just come around and save up those wages for those big stars to try and give them a boost in their own league. It's hilarious, it really is. Adnan Januzaj on loan at Athletic Bilbao, 84 overall, 26 years old. I don't really know what to say about Januzaj. I like him for his flexibility. You know, the fact that he can play in the left midfield and the right midfield. Not as good as De Bruyne or Costa, but someone I might need to consider just getting rid of in Season 8, depending on how he turns out at the end of this season. I wanted him to play for another club to see if he would grow. But I'm slightly concerned, you know. I mean, he's got 8 games in the Champions Cup. Now, we don't know what other games he's had in his previous league. I mean, in his current league, in the Spanish league. But he's had 1 goal, 1 assist in a Champions Cup and 1 clean sheet. So he seems to be doing all right. I mean, he's growing technically. Eden Hazard. Now, he recently arrived from Chelsea back in the summer on a pre-contract. Now, he's content with excellent form, 90 plus 1, 30 years old. Very high value. 9 games, 3 goals, 1 assist and 3 clean sheets. He's been phenomenal. Growing technically. Now, here's the deal with Eden Hazard. He doesn't have a spot in the first team, even though he deserves to be in the first team. There's just no room for him. He is Ronaldo's replacement. When Ronaldo retires, Eden Hazard will take the reins of the number 7 shirt and will be on that left side in the first team. I'm just going to try and keep Hazard as happy as I can, which is why I have placed Eden Hazard in the loan list. I want to put him out on a short-term loan so he can get much more game time than he does now. So I'm very happy with him. Kevin De Bruyne, an excellent signing back in the day. 91 overall, 30 years old as well. Just like Eden Hazard, he deserves to be in the first team as well, even if it means playing alongside James Rodriguez. He's got good form. He's happy. I reckon his form and morale would be better if I was to give him more game time. But he's had 17 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 4 clean sheets. One of the world's best, but no growth, unfortunately. The reason why I didn't keep Neymar was because of his high wages. His wages was ridiculous. I mean, we could afford him, but there was no room for him to play. There was just no room. I mean, he's not a flexible player. Don't get me wrong, he's phenomenal. He's absolutely fantastic. Now, I do plan to do a Barcelona career mode at some point in my YouTube channel. And that is why I had no problems with getting rid of the likes of Neymar. James Rodriguez, 93 overall, 30 years old, one of the world's best centre attacking midfielders. Good form, happy. 20 games, 4 goals, 5 assists, 10 clean sheets. No growth though, unfortunately, but Rodriguez is going nowhere. He's fantastic. Max Cruz, the hottest topic in my club, came to me in the summer from Wolfsburg for nothing. You know, he was just a player I wanted to make some dosh over. 83 plus 1. 33 years old, $16.5 million in value. Good form, very happy. And the reason why he's very happy is because I've given him 3 games so far in this career mode. And he's got 1 assist with 3 clean sheets. He's one of the highest rated players in terms of his rating throughout the games. He's growing mentally and technically, even for a 33-year-old. But this is the issue. You know, that is all he is just a player for me to make money off of. That is why I decided to place him on the transfer window. Place him on the transfer list, sorry. The reason why he's the hottest topic at the club, if you were listening, is because if I go back to season tab and look at team stats, PSG, on average, he is, in the Liga, the highest rated player based on his performances. 3 games, 1 assist, 3 clean sheets. It's not about scoring goals. You know, FIFA is not about the goals you scored. FIFA is normally about how the goals were set up. You know, it's just like real life. Neymar, Messi, Suarez, they wouldn't be the players they would be without their teammates. You know, the reason why they're world-class players, same with Ronaldo, is because people set them up. People create those chances. It's their teammates that make them look good. You don't see Messi and Ronaldo from the goalkeeper line, take the ball from the keeper, run to the end of the pitch and score a goal. If they did that every game they played, then yes, you can say to me that that is what it's all about. You know, that is what football is all about, is those players scoring goals. But it's not. It's about the teamwork. It's about the determination. It's about the respect that they show one another throughout the game. You know, good sportsmanship. Teamwork is key. I don't care what anyone says. Teamwork is key, and that is a touchy subject for me. You know, coming back to the squad report though. Lukaku, I was very pleased to bring him on board from Everton for free. 85 plus 2. He's been doing fantastic, even without the training feature. 28 years old, 40 million in value. Excellent form, but still content. Now, I know why he is content, just like Eden Hazard. It's because of his lack of gaming. He's only had 5 games, 3 goals, 3 clean sheets. He's phenomenal, which is why I'm going to place him on the loan list as well. I want him to go out to another club to get more game times. I want him to train himself up. I want him to build his reputation up so he can one day be a permanent second team, maybe even a permanent first team player. And I have started him on a few occasions lately. I have started him, if you want to check out my previous episodes. Julian Bagoo, we spoke about him earlier. I've placed him on the loan list simply because he's not getting enough game time. The weakest striker I have at the moment, 4 games with only 1 goal, 1 clean sheet. The only reason why I got this player was because Cardchuckle wanted me to get him. And as Cardchuckle is one of my longest subscribers, sometimes I like to treat him once in a while. Unless he gets a bit leery, then I have to put him in his place. Joker. Yeah, I want Bagoo to get loaned out. I want him to get some more game time. He's sort of the future of PSG with Lukaku. So I would like to see him and Lukaku side by side one day. Quality signing, one of the world's best strikers. 90 plus 1, 30-year-old Antoine Griezmann. Good form, very happy, 19 games, 7 goals, 1 assist with 6 clean sheets. Absolutely happy with him, he's a boss man. Karim Benzema, one of my biggest signings in the beginning of this career mode. 89 overall. It's so depressing seeing him at 34 years old, sorry. Okay form, content, morale. He became a squad rotation player over the last couple of seasons with only 9 games, no goals, no assists, and 2 clean sheets. I'm sad to say this, but it might be time where we have to start considering, while he's still valuable, to sell him on, because he's 34 years old. Once he hits 35, I'm going to have to sell him because he's 89 overall. So we might need to consider making this his last season, last chance to shine at PSG. Now, Luis Suarez. Another veteran in my club, one of the world's greatest strikers, 92 overall. Good form, very happy. I placed him in the first team this season because of his age. You know, I wanted him to have one last shot. He's 92 overall. He's better than Griezmann in terms of overall standings. He's had 22 games, 5 goals, 10 clean sheets. So, yeah, he is getting on. And once he does turn 35, he will still be eligible to be in this squad. But I might just drop him as a sporadic first-team player so he can play for the second team every once in a while. Maybe boost their confidence up with his magnificent skills. Don't plan to get rid of him anytime soon. I'm very happy with MillzySawUs. Now, arguably one of my best strikers in the team. 90 overall, 30 years old. It's Alexandre Lacazette. Good form, happy. 17 games, 7 goals, no assists, 11 clean sheets, and unfortunately, no growth. My favourite player in the club, Cristiano Ronaldo, is still going strong. 94 overall. 94 overall. And 36 years old. One of the world's greatest players in my FIFA game. He's only valued at $13 million, but we all know why, because of his age. Good form, very happy. And as long as he's very happy at the club, I'm very happy. 23 games, 8 goals, no assists, 11 clean sheets. A beast. But unfortunately, physical stats are dropping. Mental stats are dropping. I don't want to get rid of him. I choose not to get rid of him. He is going to be the one player who I want to see retire at this club. I don't care how much he rots away. And that is the squad report, guys. That is that. So thank you so much for sticking with me, to those who are still watching up to this point. I think it's now time to finally show you my plans for the transfer window. Before we get into that, another teaser of the transfer negotiations that occurred during last summer's transfer window. So the unsuccessful negotiations in overall order was Kurt Zouma was wanted by Chivo Barona, I don't know, but his worth was 25 million. They offered me around that, and I said no, 60 million. Starting bid at 60 million, and they were happy. They were happy with that and was willing to pay that. But the player did not want to move to that club. Now, Halilovic, as you can see, was well wanted by these respected clubs. We can see Wolfsburg. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Excuse me, sorry. Pardon me. Thank you. Now, fact of the matter is, all these clubs that made these offers for him, they, Celta Vigo offered 65. Real Deportivo offered 60. Wolfsburg offered 60. But Halilovic didn't want to go to any of them. He wanted to stay at PSG. And I can't really remember why. As Bard Danker guy was suggested by one of my subscribers. I managed to get him, but the club retracted because I didn't need him anymore. But it doesn't really appeal to me. It was just to be for my second team. Yep, Angel Correa was, we got offered 60. We were going to get given 65 million, 58 from these respected clubs. But Correa didn't want to go. However, he did go to a different club, which I will talk about in a second. Luke Shaw could have came to us for $60 million, but we said no in the end because we brought in a couple of defenders and we did not need Shaw anymore. Now, the club rejected my $26 million offer for Laporte. He was someone who I didn't take seriously in that window. I think he was one of the just a curiosity buy, I suppose. But someone who I'm considering bringing back simply because Stoke City insult me with that rejection. So I'm going to hit them hard with an offer they can't refuse for the likes of a Merrick Laporte. I don't want him in my first team. I just want him in my second team as Chris Smalling's replacement. But more on that in a few. Costa was wanted by Torino and Lazio, but you know, he didn't want to leave us. We could have got Baptistello as another replacement in defence, but we didn't need him in the end. We couldn't get Marcelo though. Marcelo was one of the, you know, highest prioritised defenders I wanted in my team, but he wants to retire at Real Madrid, which is nice. Musacchio, another defender I really wanted from Liverpool. We got him, but we had to turn him down. The club had to retract because we didn't need him in the end. Same goes with Stones, which was very interesting because Stones didn't want to be a squad rotation player. He wanted to be a crucial first team player. So if we do bring Stones on board, maybe this winter we can try and convince him to be a squad rotation player. And then there was Varane, who was wanted by loads of clubs. Napoli, Atletico Madrid, Milan. Milan was going to give me 100. Atletico Madrid was going to give me 100. Napoli was going to give me 59. I don't know why I accepted 59. I don't know. But he rejected all three of them. He didn't want to go to any of their clubs. Pogba was also a hot player to grab. Barcelona, Chelsea wanted him. Chelsea were going to give me 115. 115 million for Pogba. I was going to accept that. But Pogba didn't want to go to Chelsea. Barcelona was going to give me 101. But didn't want to go to Barcelona. So I'm quite happy about that. Liverpool also wanted Neymar. They were going to offer me $107 million. But Neymar was included in the deal with that straight swap. What's his name? Nicolas Soule. So he went off to Valencia CF. Arsenal also offered $115.5 million for Neymar. We tried to grab Messi. I think we tried to grab him for a straight swap. Messi for Neymar, I think. But Barcelona agreed. And Messi just didn't want to leave. I can never get Messi. It's impossible. Absolutely impossible. So that is that, guys. And in the next episode of this part 2, I'm going to stop right there because I badly need to go to the toilet and I badly need to get some lunch. So I'll grab some lunch and I'll eat whilst talking in the next episode. Now, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end it there. So I will see you guys in the next one as we continue to talk about the successful negotiations as well as my plans. So fear not, we will get all that done before I enter the January transfer window. Big thank you to those who got involved in this stream. I really do appreciate that. I've been your boy MillzySawUs, your #1 fella for lazy gaming and simulated FIFA. This has been my FIFA 16 PSG Career Mode Season 7, Episode December. See you guys in part 2 very shortly. Take care, guys, and above all else, goodbye.